Hey, it's me, Rachel Withrich, certified personal trainer, licensed massage therapist, and International Coaching Federation behavior change coach. I'm in Indiana, which makes me Hoosier trainer, and I can work with you anywhere in the world. I'm going to share with you in this video how I get to know my clients and how I get to really truly individualize their programs, which makes it completely different from a ready-made program that you buy and download. Those aren't specified for you. You're totally responsible for your own actions, which works for some fit, healthy, young, or lucky people. But for the rest of us, fitness really needs to be individualized to make sure that it meets our actual goals and we can be reminded and build on the things that drive us, as well as be meeting our actual physical present state where we are. No matter what I learn from anyone at all, whether they become a client or not, something that makes me really well suited for this is that I hold everyone in what's called unconditional positive regard. There's nothing you can tell me that's going to make me feel or think worse about you. I totally recognize that we are all doing our very best with where we are. So let me tell you how I would learn even more about you. First of all, I start off with a little getting to know you pamphlet. We go through red flags first. We do this either by video or electronically. We find out if there's anything that we need to talk to your doctor about, clarify, get any kinds of further guidance with that. Most people that's not the case, but some people it is, and we can still work together from there. After that, we go through and talk about many different categories. Can you even see about what your exercise habits are currently? Even if you don't think that it's exercise, the things that put you out of wind or anything that's kind of encounter what your daily, weekly, physical routine is kind of like. We also talk about your eating habits and your stressors and how you ask for support and how you receive support. We talk about things that have worked for you in the past, things that have not worked for you in the past. We talk about ideas of yourself that you have, the things that are important to you beyond your own life, like who and what do you impact with your daily life. So in this way, I'm getting to really, really know what your body and yourself have been through in the past and where you stand now, and also what your future possibilities are. Not just perhaps the one path that you can see for yourself, but the broad range of things that are of value to you. And then it's a really collaborative effort from that branch where I will keep reminding you what you've told me is important to you, and then you're going to build on that and strengthen those values so you are more propelled for yourself and more ready to show up for yourself and those around you. So that's all the talky. Oh, there's more talky. We go through your whole body, from your feet, every joint up to your head, and you can tell me at that point anything that's ever been wrong about it, anything that worries you about it, and then that factors in the programs that I make for you. After that, there's a little bit of motion and physical movement. I ask you to do a functional movement screen often. If it's not appropriate, we do other kinds of movement screens to see where your body is at. I'll make another video showing you what those movement screens motions are. And each one of those is actually like a little peephole into your kinetic chains, the way that your body says, make this action happen, or your reflexes. And then I can see if there are any loopholes or building blocks that need to happen to be able to move yourself forward in motion, if that is what's important to you. So after we do our nice interview, we do our functional movement screen. If you'd like, you can take your own body measurements and keep track of that. That can either be like with a tape measure or with photographs or with, a certain set of clothes or something, or your clothes size. Any of those metrics that feel important to you that we can use over time so you can feel yourself change. So that's our first meeting. I find out all kinds of stuff about you. You can ask any questions about me. And then from there, on my own time. I work real hard and think about, where you are, the time, what your life looks like, all that good stuff. And I make a projection for you. And that'll take you through 3 to 6 to 12 months, saying, hey, this is where you're starting. And in this first month, these are the most important things that we're really going to focus on. And I think the result that you're going to expect is this. And then in the middle of the month, we check in and say, hey, do you feel like you're working towards this goal? What is the progress you feel that you've made towards that? And then at the very end of that month, we check in and be like, oh yeah, man, you nailed that. You did that every single time. And here you are able to do X, Y, or Z better than we even thought. And then the next month has a different focus that's complementary. And that is one of the major keys, to kind of cycle things through with foresight, that you don't just go into a workout and be like, oh, what's happening today? Or, oh, I'm working on these muscles that I can see when I look in the mirror. That type of stuff doesn't promote health very, very well. But this idea of keeping what's most important to you, what your reality is, and then melding those two things and moving you towards the physical life that you want, that is something that I can really, really help with. So that's the overall view. And then monthly, how fun. You get a little calendar to do, if this works for you. Let's see. And each month we're also going to have you determine what your goal is, what challenges you can foresee facing, strategies to deal with that challenge, and a mantra when the talkie in your mind just gets to be too much. If you can have the little short words that focus you into what's really important. And then over the month, we can track your workouts, your exercise, your nutrition, anything that is the important stuff to keep at the front there, and that's pretty fun. So from there, each month, I create a whole workout plan for you. It gets all set up at the beginning of the month with the things that are important. And then over time, while I'm watching you and coaching you doing the exercises correctly, I'm keeping track and writing down what you're actually doing. So there's always the plan and then what actually happens. And keeping track of that is another thing that helps us build a little bit each time. That's the most appropriate thing to do. That actually gives you a lot of satisfaction, because oh my gosh, I only held that for 8 seconds last time. And by the end of the month, I'm holding it for 38 seconds. Holy cow, whoa. Or I started off just doing that on the floor, and now I'm doing it using my stairs, which increases the difficulty. Wow, But you can't just hop right into the harder part, and you can't just stay at the baseline all the time. Otherwise, it just is a repetitive motion without the maximum benefit. So, if you are ready and willing and able to welcome me into your life, I really promise it is a fantastic time. I will bring a lot of light. I will stay entirely focused on you and what's important to you, and you'll be helping me and my family here in Hoosier, Indiana, America. I'm very much looking forward to fitting new clients into my schedule. My current clients have transitioned really well to using technology in their homes, and I'm ready and willing to move forward with you. So the next step for you is to schedule a consultation call, which is complimentary, or you can go right on ahead and schedule your first client assessment, which is us going through that nice introductory packet and getting the starting line for you. Take care. Thank you so much. Peace and health and happiness to you.